Hello everybody, this is Strawberry Singh, and today I'm going to show you guys the Vista Esther Bento AO in detail. But before I start to talk about that, I want to mention that if you look in the description of this video, there will be a link to a blog post, and in that blog post we'll have all of the information of my style credits and where I am. And the blog post is called Bento Hands and AOs in Second Life, and in that blog post I will list all of the bento hands and all of the bento AOs that I know, that I've used or I've heard of in that blog post, with pricing, some details about it, where you can pick it up. So I will list all of the brands that are selling hands and AOs. The reason I decided to do this post is because I get numerous requests a day, people contacting me, asking me where they can get bento hands or where they can get bento AOs. So I thought I would do a very comprehensive blog post and list everything so you guys know where you can go, all of the variety out there, all of the pricing of each hands and AOs, and you can make a decision according to what you prefer. And of course I will also tell you my favorite ones, which I'll tell you right now. My favorite bento hands are the Maitreya hands, which I have on right now, and mainly those are my favorites because to me most of the bento hands out there are all very similar. They look very similar, they all look very nice, they're really nicely done. They all come with some sort of, animations, so forth. The Maitreya ones are my favorite because they're just very convenient. I can control them using the Maitreya HUD, and since the Maitreya mesh body is my body of choice, they're just really convenient for me. And my favorite bento AO is this latest one from Vista called Esther, and I'll tell you why. I'll show you why it's become my favorite. I've tried a whole bunch of different AOs, bento AOs, and I noticed that when I used to wear them, I would eventually go back and wear my old non-bento AO before, because it was a very still AO. It didn't have a lot of movement, because I don't like to have a lot of movement with my AOs. I like to stand in one spot, just have slight movement here and there. So I used to always keep going back to my non-bento AO until I've had Esther. I've had Esther for about a week or so now, and I really enjoy watching her. I've been just wearing her here and there, and the animations just suit me really well. They have very slight hand animations. You can control a lot of the things with this really well done comprehensive HUD, and I'm going to show you the HUD in just a minute. But do check out my blog post. Again, the link is in the description of the video, and I will have a list of everything I'm wearing, all of my style credits and the location I'm at, and of course all of the information to different AOs and hands and so forth. Now let's get into this new AO. This new AO from Vista Animations was recently released, I think just a couple of weeks ago, and the cost of this AO is 1,999 lindens, and it has a lot to it. It's a elegant and a natural AO. It has very natural bento movements. You can see I'm slightly moving around. I'm not twisting or turning too much. I'm looking in the same direction. My hands are moving very slightly. Now to open the AO, you can click on this. This is the HUD. This is what the HUD looks like when it's minimized. I can turn the AO off by clicking on it, and when it's red, that means the AO is off. And now I'm having that still Second Life pose that you have when you don't have an AO on. So when you click on that, now that turns on the AO and that starts the movement. If you click on this plus sign, it'll expand the HUD. Now I have the AO activated right now. You can see that's green. It also comes with dances, so if I click on the dances part, you'll see that I start dancing, and this is a dance that it comes with. It's a really cute dance as well, and it's kind of a, it's not too cutesy or anything either. It's kind of, almost a little bit sexy. It goes well with the AO. I'm not sure why it stopped there for a second. Maybe there we go. It started up again. And you can control it by, if you click on this arrow, it opens up this little area over here. I'm in a little bit of a laggy sim, so please excuse me if the HUD takes a bit to res. But you can control it by you can invite people to dance with you, you can kick people off, you can stop yourself, and so on. You can cycle through the animations, you can make it go random, and so on and so forth. So that's how the dances work. Then there's also a couples section. I haven't really played with the couple section because I don't really have a need for it. But if you look in the side, it looks like you can res pose balls, and it might have some sort of animations for couples in there. But I'm not really gonna get into the couples section at all. So I'm gonna go back to the AO. So it's in the natural AO, and then you can see all of the options that you have for the AO. So what this comes with, it comes with 23 stands, there's 7 walks, and there's one for that you can use for handbags or pets, which is great. There's 6 to 5 sits and grounds. Okay, those 6 sits and 5 ground sets. And then there's 1 run, 1 crouch walk, 1 jump cycle, 1 flight cycle, and of course 3 gestures. So I'm going to show you guys all of that in just a minute. And then it also has 2 extras. If you use the res button, you can smoke a cigarette, or you can use a cell phone to chat or take a selfie and so on. So if you go into the settings over here, you'll get a bunch of options to kill scripts. You can stop all the animations, you can update, you can have a redelivery sent, you can check your status and all of that. I'm not really going to show you any of these, those are pretty straightforward. Now there's a down arrow over here. If you click on this down arrow, you get some options over here. Force arms, I believe, I'm not sure what force arms does. I haven't really played with it, but I think it just forces your arms to, let me see, let's see what it does. Okay, maybe it keeps them somewhat still, I'm not sure. But you can play around with the force arms. The face animations, I think they're for default avatar face, because they would have to be synced with some sort of bento head. If I'm wearing the black bento head right now, so it's not synced with that. I'm using the lack bento animations on my face right now. So these ones won't control my mesh head, but I believe they might control your default head. Now, if you click the res button, you have two options. The first one is the cigarette option, and the second is the phone option. So if you click on the cigarette, you will be sent a cigarette that you can accept, and it'll be sent to your objects folder. You can then wear that cigarette, and once you wear the cigarette, it's going to start the smoking animation. You see that? And you can turn on the smoke, you can do a timer, you can resize, so on. And it's a really classy looking cigarette as well, as you can see, and the animations are really well done. So that was pretty cool, so I like that. And once you just detach the cigarette, it'll go back to the normal AO without any interruption. And then if I click res again, and this time I can click on phone, and I will be sent the phone. I can accept the phone, and then I right click and add the phone, and I'll be wearing it. And then again, I have all these different options for the phone. So right now I'm just holding it in my hand. I can talk on the phone. See, I dialed and then I put it up against there. And then I can also take a selfie, which is really cute. I think I showed this in a previous video before, if you've seen one of my Vista videos before, but yeah, really cute selfie mode, and it kind of cycles through the animations of the selfie mode, which is great. So that was the phone, and again, to stop this animation, I can just detach and it'll go back to the regular AO. And then if it doesn't go back to the regular AO, just press the AO button again. And then there are some gestures. You can turn them on by clicking on random, and these are like different kind of gestures that you can do. I know there's a peace sign gesture. There was like when you're sticking a finger at somebody. There's different animations and different gestures that it has, which is kind of cool. So these are, and it'll just randomly go through them. And then of course you can turn them off as well if you like. I'm just going to turn them off, and I'm just going to click on AO again, so it goes back to the AO. So those are all these 4 little settings. I'm going to click that up arrow so it goes back to normal. Force sit is when you're trying to sit. If you force it on the ground, it'll make me sit on the ground. So I'm just going to turn that off. In the settings section, this is, I don't know what this anime time is. I haven't really played with that, but you guys can check it out if you like. If you turn on the proximity, what it does is, it's already a pretty calm AO, but what it does is it uses even more calmer AOs if you have somebody standing near you, so you're not running into them or so forth. But it's already a pretty calm AO, but as you can see, it got even calmer. And then for each sit and stand and walk and run and so on and so forth, if you click on it, you will get options and you can select different stands. I do want to tell you the modes. So with these modes, as soon as it reses, if you turn on the calm mode, it uses the 7 stands that are more quiet, and you know, they're more business-like and more of a chatting style. So they're a little bit more calm. So if you use mode 1, Mode 1 uses all of the 23 stands, and it'll cycle through all of the 23 stands. And then of course Mode 2 will use the semi-calm stands, and that's how that works. And of course, if you want to see these hand movements, you have to have Bento hands and you have to have a Bento viewer. I am using the latest version of Firestorm. If you use the latest version of Firestorm or the official Second Life viewer, or I believe most of the other third-party viewers are updated to Bento, except for maybe just 1 or 2. So I would suggest to make sure to update to a viewer that is Bento enabled, so you can, you know, see all these hand movements and use Bento items and so on and so forth. And then of course you can select different stands and so forth if you want to change them around. I have it on, and you can also have it on cycling, so it cycles through. You can also click on random, so it'll go through each of them randomly. And that goes the same for all the sits and so on, and the walks and the run and the jump and all that. So now I had said that there were 7 walks, so I just wanted to show you the walks a little bit, because I thought that they were really cool. So I don't remember which walk I have, but I'm just going to show you the what number it was. But I liked this walk because she's kind of reaching. Oh, sorry, I have a lot of greenery around here. But she's kind of like reaching behind her head and scratching and just kind of walking casually with a little bit of a you know, twist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it looks from the front as well. So I really like this walk, just to walk through the wagon there. And then I think I'll show you a few of the other walks in just a minute. Let me see if I can select another one. I think that one, the one I was using right now, was number 2. So this is number 1. Number 1 has her, you know, swaying her hips a little bit wide, walking and so on. And then number 2, I believe, was the one that I had before. Let me see. Yeah, so I was using number 2. If you like this one, my favorite is definitely the number 2. And oh, one more thing I forgot to mention about this AO. It comes with 3 versions. It comes with curvy, medium, and slim. I'm using the medium, but I'm thinking I could probably even use the slim according to the way the walks are moving. But then when the AO might cut into my hips. So this was a great option that they've given. That they've given 3 different sizes for the AO. So if you do have a larger body or a smaller body than me, you can, you know, try the different sizes to see how that works. So let me try the other AO. I'll show you 1 or 2 more walks real quick. So we'll look at number 3. This one is she's folding her hands in the front and she walks. Like that. And then we have number 4. Oops, I'm lagging a little bit. There we go. She's kind of waving like she's, you know, walking through the crowd when you're walking down red carpet or something. Or a princess waving to the crowd. So that I thought was kind of humorous, which is cute. But yeah, they have really cute walks. I did like number 2 the best. So I'm just gonna go back to number 2, and you guys can check out all the other walks. I don't want to show every single one, or this video is going to be crazy long. So this was the AO, and this, as I was saying earlier, this has become my favorite AO, mainly because of the way that she stands. I really appreciate the, you know, more still AOs, more sophisticated natural poses. You know, I just prefer that for my avatar. So and I know a lot of people also look for that as well. And again, you can just minimize everything and close that as well and make it very small, and you can drag it to the corner of your you know, of your screen if you don't want it in the way. But it's a very convenient small little HUD, which is great. So this is what I wanted to show you. And again, don't forget to click in the description of the video, click over to my blog post and look at the list of bento hands and bento AOs that I have made. And let me know in the comments which one are your favorite bento AOs. I'm probably going to be using Esther now for a while. I think she really suits me. So which ones do you use? Make some suggestions. And if I've left any hands or AOs out of my blog post by accident, please do share their information in the comments. It's great to learn more about them. And that's it, and I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye.